Welcome to the Canadian political scene. Today, we will look at the controversy surrounding the Wallin affair. You will be charged,
abuse the public trust, you will go to prison. If you behave unethically or dishonestly, then do not expect a reward from this Prime Minister of Canada.
How far would you extend that? Just watch me.
Now, I'm sure everyone remembers the relentless accountability campaign Stephen Harper launched in 2006, which is why it has come to many as a surprise of the recent scandals that have been plaguing his government, starting with the Duffy affair and now moving on to the Wallin affair. Another senator that he appointed has hit the political spotlight. You don't need to look any further than the following headline to see what I mean.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. Another journalist turned senator is in the spotlight over spending tonight. Pamela Wallin is defending her travel expenses, which are the third highest of all senators.
Not only the highest spender in the Senate, Wallin now has to pay a whopping $121,000 back to taxpayers. Now, she already started paying back some of this money, but when her expenses first came under the spotlight, this is what Prime Minister Stephen Harper had to say.
I've looked at the numbers. Her travel costs are comparable to any parliamentarian traveling from that particular area of the country over that period of time.
Harper essentially defended the indefensible, and one can only recall his relentless accountability campaign not so long ago, where he said the following. Do you remember this?
When does a government decide it's time to become accountable? After 10 years? After they've proven just how reckless they can be with our money? Maybe it's when Canadians, for good reason, begin to question their accountability. I believe that when a government has to decide to become accountable, it's time to demand a higher standard of government. It's time to demand better. My name is Stephen Harper.
Demand better. Vote for the New Conservatives.
Stephen Harper's New Conservatives, eh? Yeah, they certainly brought in a new regime on accountability, but where is it? Must we recall what Stephen Harper said in 2005 to the electorate directly?
There will be a new code on Parliament Hill. Bend the rules, you will be punished. Break the law, you will be charged. Abuse the public trust, you will go to prison. If you behave unethically or dishonestly, then do not expect a reward from this Prime Minister of Canada.
However, considering the Duffy affair and now the Wallin affair, one must really wonder where Stephen Harper's integrity really is. Not to mention the new campaign that they are launching within their supporters to change the channel on the Wallin affair and the whole Senate affair. Now, the phone call somehow got by Yahoo Canada reads the following transcript. Next month, the House gets back in session, and we're worried that the media is going to pick up where they left off, and that was the Senate issue. And you know, we want to focus on a lot of other things that we've done well. We're doing a big media campaign. The economy is our #1 focus. Our country's economy is the strongest in the G7. Our taxes are the lowest they've been in 15 years. We've overhauled our criminal justice and immigration systems. In the last 2 years, we've had our majority. But it seems most of the media coverage remains pretty negative. So by doing this, we can get our message out to Canadians. We will also have a new speech from the throne, which will lay out the direction of the government for the next 2 years, as well heading into the next election. And we're just asking for your support to get that message out with a 75% tax credit. When we go back in September, we know what we're going to be facing. We're really trying to change that channel, and that's why we're doing the campaign at the same time, to get our new agenda. So kudos to Yahoo Canada for finding this transcript. If anything, it shows the Conservatives are in real damage control. And as we all remember, in 2006, when the Conservatives launched their accountability campaign against the Martin Liberals, Well, let's just put it this way. Power shifted hands. And if there is any conservative supporter that isn't feeling betrayed right now by this whole affair in the Senate, I would be very surprised and very saddened, because when the Liberals had their scandals back in 2006, Canadians were quite relentless at throwing them out. So you would think that if the Conservatives made their entire mandate on accountability and then broke that promise, well, they would be served the same way, because that's just fair. Now, what do you think of the whole Wallin affair? Of course, you can look at the details of the Duffy affair, because it's really pretty much going down the same lines. It's a repetitive pattern. It's a pathetic pattern, just to be honest. So what do you think? Join us on social media. Subscribe to this channel for more. And stay tuned.
Collected from this. How far would you extend that? Just watch me.